Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all showing up. Appreciate y'all checking out what I got going on every week. Um, Episode 13, a little over 3 months in the situation. And thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for subscribing and clicking like. The feedback's been phenomenal. People have been hitting me up direct, and I really, really appreciate it. Let me turn this light on here. Ooh, light bright, light bright. Um, I'm gonna be brief today. Hit a couple topics, hit a couple points. Today's episode is about success ain't overnight, right? It takes a while to plant roots, like we talked about, build some things up, and really get some stuff going that's positive and can help other people. Everything that I do, touch, get into, has to help other people, and if it doesn't, it's not very productive. It's not something that I really want to be involved with. And yeah, so recap, last week was a little weird, a lot of stuff going on. Every week's different, every day is different. I thank God for waking me up every day, setting me on my way, because I really like to be there for people and help and change lives. And this has allowed me to do that and reach more people and genuinely help. So success ain't overnight. Basically I want to break down the truth between the grind, the years of work, sacrifice, and the patience that it takes to blow up. Like, I'm blowing up at this point, and it's great because it's helped me step out of my shell. It's helped me meet more people. It's helped me reach out and change some other people's lives. We've got the gym going on in there. People are coming every day, working out. I've got one guy, he's every day, every day, every day. And that's great because he's documenting his fitness journey. And, Scotty's coming through and he's doing a push-up challenge. Today's Friday. I got to do my push-up challenge for the day. I'll throw my weight vest on, record that a little later on. Wednesday, didn't have any sound. Not a big deal. Did a voiceover, made it work. So a lot of what I do is making it work. One of my nicknames is to make it work. Um, there's a big myth of overnight success that people have, thinking that they just do one thing and blow up. Uh, Social media nowadays makes people think that success is an instant thing. It's just a light switch away. And that's definitely not the case. It takes some time. It takes a grind to build anything that's worth having. So, the social media side of it makes people, they show up in Lambos and Ferraris and this or whatever on there, and you instantly click on it because you're like, oh man, that's my dream car, that's whatever. That's all well and good, but the look is not what it is, basically. I mean, the effort and time that goes into anything behind the scenes is what people don't see and don't understand. And that's one reason why when I do these podcasts, I do them live. So if somebody pulls up, somebody calls, somebody, whatever, it's a live thing for me, because that's part of my life. The real backstory for me, I spent years of hustling and trying to make things work and figuring and learning and reading and educating myself and watching videos and watching webinars and different things on different topics and how to make the perfect podcast, how to make the perfect roof system work, the remodel thing go. And it's not an overnight thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're given. It just doesn't, anything that's worth having long term does not work overnight. For me, I started my self-employment venture when I was 18, 19, somewhere right around there. I was out shooting hogs and coyotes for people, doing predator control. And then I came up with the idea for Connect Syntex. That is just now starting to culminate. But before Connect Syntex was me making shirts and hats and business cards and stuff like that for people through another company. Now I've got the resources to be able to do it myself, which is great. And I'm able to process stuff quicker, faster, get them to people, get a quality control out, not having to worry about, oh, the shirt was done and I didn't like it. If it was, we correct it, but it's been very slim on having to go back and correct things. when I first did the predator control thing, I linked up with a guy out in Abilene. I was going out there to not Abilene, I'm sorry, Athens. And I was out there taking care of coyotes for him on this big game ranch. And, put my faith in somebody and they messed the whole deal up for me. And I had to learn from that. Then I had the motorcycle shop back when I was going through the cancer stuff and I couldn't find a regular job. So I started a motorcycle shop because I was passionate about riding motorcycles and fixing them and customizing anything. Still big on customizing stuff. I don't like anything normal, factory stock, what is that? But I started the motorcycle shop, met some cool people out in Killeen, worked with them a lot, found out a lot of things on how to run a business, how to run that business in particular. Started it, worked out for a while, had to make some changes, had to move some stuff around. Kind of got out of the self-employed thing for a while. Sold cars for a little bit, sold ATVs at Waco Motorsports. Went through some stuff there, got into construction, got into real estate, went up from there. And I've had some flat spots, I've had some down spots, but ultimately I've always risen higher than what I was before. That's a big part of life as well. Like just because you get knocked down, that once I'm knocked down, get up again. But a lot of people don't see that kind of stuff because a lot of people are focused on themselves and what's going on with themselves right now. I've always looked at everything as a whole, what I've been through, what I'm going through, and what I want to go through. So instead of me just focusing on what I went through, I would be crippled, basically. Like, oh no, I went through cancer and it sucked so bad, and I died and heart stopped and this and it's a woe is me story, and people are like, oh man, but that's a part of what I went through. But I can't stay focused on that. And then my now situation, a lot of times doesn't give me light for the future. It doesn't give me hope or anything, and I have to really reel it in and say, okay, why am I going through this? What is this teaching me long term? What am I going to learn from this? What is this going to help me get figured out? So I have to take into effect all three aspects: past, present, and the future. Whenever I'm making a decision to get into something or making a decision to make some changes or look at leveling up. A lot of times we look at the present and we get depressed and it winds up having to stall out. I've been in that spot before. I've been in a spot where, what I'm going through felt like it's put me back. But a lot of times, just like a runner in track, I've got to take that one step back in order to launch myself forward. So, it's like a staging thing, pre-stage and then launching. A lot of times people don't realize or don't know what I've been through as to why I appreciate every day I wake up. Like I said, I've been in a spot where over medicated, alcohol abuse, pills, stuff like that took a hold of me. And I didn't have an eye for what I needed to do to get where I wanted to be. And so here lately, my focus has been, God, family, and then business. So I'm able to thank God for where I'm at, really, really be appreciative of what I have going on, even if it's not where I want to be yet. I have to be thankful that I am where I am and that these things are happening to me to mold me into where I need to be and preparing me for where I need to be. That all culminates up to me having to keep pushing while nobody's watching. Not everybody sees everything that I got going on. I don't share everything that I've got going on with everybody. Since I've done this podcast, I've shared a lot with you guys. But as far as like my day-to-day struggles and, mental battles and physical battles and relationship battles and stuff like that, that's, part of my life and part of my day-to-day thing. Even business struggles, trying to figure out what I'm going to do every day and how I'm going to make this work, how to make that work, and how to get ultimately where I need to be and where I want to be. The biggest thing that has really helped me with that is having patience in the process of what I'm going through and staying prayed up and staying prayerful, because the quiet seasons are where you plant the roots and build the foundations. When things are real quiet and peaceful and things are calm, a lot of times we get complacent. And when we get complacent, that's when something happens, you're not prepared for it. But if you're patient and you're peaceful and you're able to turn that peace into your power, when it does come time for you to step up and be powerful, you're able to jump and do so and not jump and scrounge and try to figure it out and be, and stuck. Um, consistency for me doing this podcast, being consistent every week, recording my videos every day, you know, praying to God every day, praying to God before I do anything, even if it's a simple, quick, Lord, lead my mind and my body. Like I've said before, that goes a long way with me because before I'd just be like, oh man, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out, make it work. Now I know I'm going to make it work because God has placed me in the spot to be able to do so. And yeah, on y'all's end, whatever you believe in, stay rooted in that. That's great. I don't knock anybody for what they believe. I don't knock anybody for what they don't believe. At the end of the day, we're still breathing for a reason. We're still here on this earth to figure it out. When our time is gone and done, our hopes is that we've put in enough work and we've affected and enough people positively and left a positive impact and a foundation to where we're able to reach one, teach one, and affect other people's lives in a positive manner and help them get where they need to be without compromising themselves. Consistency for me has been a big thing, and staying disciplined and really like staying focused on what my goal is. My goal with this podcast is to reach other people, help teach other people, realize that they can do anything they put their mind to. I've told people I've got a podcast, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you got a podcast?" Oh, yeah. Well, what are you doing? I'm speaking positive. I'm to letting people know how to plant roots and build a foundation, solid one. I'm teaching people how to overcome anything. Mindset shifts, um, and really just like having them realize that they can keep the faith and the timing will come as long as you're faithful and understand that what you're going through is going to help you get to where you want to go. The timing of when you get there is not as important. Um, as long as you've got time and as long as you're breathing, like I said, you got a reason to do something positive and figure it out. A lot of times people don't talk about the sacrifice that it takes. It takes a lot of grinding and a lot of faith. Very honestly, just a lot of faith. Like, okay, Lord, I see what's going on. I see what other people are doing. I see what works for them. Show me what's going to work for me. Simple, simple, simple. I would miss the birthdays. Miss texting people, hey, happy birthday, whatever. You know, I've had a bunch of late nights, a bunch of early mornings, and a lot of people don't see, when you're moving around at 5:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, or you're still up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you got to be somewhere at 7:30, and you're like, but for me, I realized that I'm awake and doing what I got to do at these times because realistically, instead of wasting time, I'm investing time. When you make an investment into the time, you're able to see something positive come out of it. You're able to see what the end game is. You know, on a personal note, like there's a big cost when it comes to chasing your dreams because haters gonna hate, people are gonna do what they want to do, people are gonna say what they want to say. They're gonna put themselves in the position that they're in because of what their actions. You have to put yourself in a position of where you want to be because of your own actions. Nobody's gonna hand you the magic stick or the magic potion or whatever it is that Hollywood or anybody else, shows us that there's a smart pill or there's a whatever, there's a this for instant fix. Um, and if they do and it's out there, I wouldn't want it because I would rather take the slow road and have that uh, built foundation and that built appreciation for doing what I'm doing versus somebody calling me tomorrow and say, hey man, I got this for you, sign here. Well, that sign here kind of compromises some things when you compromise your integrity, you basically lost already. So you really have to soak in the opportunities to be able to spit out the positive in the opportunities, and at the end of the day, a breakthrough is what you're chasing, not the chase of just chasing, because there has to be an end goal. There has to be a finish line. You know, there has to be okay, I built, AM praying, right? I built that up to where it's generating capital on its own. People are buying the shirts. They're spreading a positive message. I'm able to help the kids up there and at the cancer center because people are buying blankets, and I'm able to give them back to the community and those kids. Hunt for Health, Texas, that's supplements and workout plans, meal plans, stuff that people come to me and they're depressed because they're overweight, or they've had a traumatic event happen and they want to just get some, mental clarity and mental focus and change their lives and really be happy with themselves again. So they come in and work out, they feel better, they start to think faster, think clearer, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, thank you, simple thank you. Um, and their breakthrough comes, and because they put in that work and they've taken the time to plant those roots and build that foundation, and they appreciate when they get to their goal, and then they're able to set an even higher goal to achieve, or an even higher goal than that may be real unrealistic, but they've got the basis and the hopes that they can get where they want and the faith to get there because they put in the work and establish something that's of value. um, I've always had the long game mindset because Rome wasn't built overnight. You know, it, it's one of those things, like, you put in what you get out. So if you put it in positive, you're going to get positive. If you're putting out negative stuff, you're going to keep getting negative stuff. And as we all know, like, that negativity is draining. There's so many people that I have encountered to talk to or met or whatever, and they just, oh man, somebody did me like this before, and somebody did this to me, and da da da. And you're like, I get that, but they did that then. What are they doing now, or what are you doing now to make sure that doesn't happen again, or what are you doing to forgive them for that? Even, um, that long game mindset is one where you gotta sometimes suck it up and forgive people for whatever, and realize that, hey, they did this to me, they did that. That's on them, and a lot of times everybody's out for themselves. I've been one that's always tried to help other people, no matter what they've got going on, no matter what the struggle is, no matter what, like, unconditionally. And, I love people unconditionally as well. Like, simple enough. You do somebody a certain type of way, they get what they get, right? If they come in, and they're treated positive, they do the right things, they get the right things. If they come in and they're trying to destroy you, the devil, the enemy is always working. But that don't always come into fruition, right? That always pops up in spurts, and we have to stay rooted in faith and grounded to realize that trouble don't last always. Okay. Uh, legacy for me is a big thing. Like I said before, I do these podcasts a lot for my kid, and I want her to be able to come back at some time and watch these and understand, you know, dad did this for a reason. He put this stuff out there. He made himself vulnerable to help other people. And I can do anything I put my mind to because there's nothing stopping me from that. The quick wins, are great. Not knocking those at all. But as long as you have the mindset that because I won quick doesn't mean that I'm going to win. Because I won the battle doesn't mean I'm winning the war. And I stay focused on winning the war, whether it's a war on drugs, whether it's a war on, your mental health, your relationships, your business, wherever your war is, the quick wins contribute to it. But at the end of the day, you're building your legacy, and what you leave behind is more important than what you've done along the way, if you get what I'm saying. I would rather people like my dad, for instance, perfect example. I meet people all the time. Oh yeah, man, I used to work with your dad. He was cool. He was this, he was that. He was strict. He made sure we all were taken care of. This and that. And I want people. Oh yeah, man. When Devon, when I went and hung out with him, he was like, man, let me know when you get home. Make sure you got home safe. Hey, let's pray for you real quick. I understand you're going through some things. Hey, let's hit the gym together, and I'll help you work out, and I'll help you do this and that. Oh man, hey man, I lost my job. I need some help. Cool. Let's see what we can figure out. Let's brainstorm together, find something that works for you, and let's put that into fruition and into motion and really see where it goes. Because at the end of the day, if we don't take the chance, we'll never know. But if we don't take the time to plant the roots and the foundation and really have a solid base, there's no, I mean, the pendulum will swing too far and the situation will fall. The 100 pennies stacked up will fall. Those 4 quarters that we built, they're going to stay right there. They may not get as tall as the pennies, but they're going to be a solid foundation to build hundreds on. You can't put $100 bill on 100 pennies. And once you get too many of them, they'll fall over. You start stacking $100 bills on them 4 quarters. That foundation is a whole a lot more solid. So you have to build brick by brick by brick, step by step by step, stay disciplined, stay focused, and really stay grounded, because at the end of the day, that's all you have. This next generation that's coming behind us, like I said, your legacy is what's going to lead them into doing different things. Anybody that's ever had an idea or a thought to do something, just do it. Like Nike says, I had a thought and vision and dream, and as a kid, I want to be a millionaire. I never said I want to be a millionaire by this day, because I had no idea what that day even was. I wasn't to that age. Now that I just turned 40, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to be a millionaire. I don't have to be the richest guy in Waco. I don't have to be the this and that. Those things would be great. As everybody knows, I'm on a path. But at the same time, where I get to is where I'm meant to be. So I'm being patient all the way through the process. And I'm teaching that to other people, because if I'm not patient, then I can't be at peace and I can't express my power. I know it's a lot of P words, but it is what it is. My patience helps me stay calm, helps me stay solid with everything that's going on around me. It helps me focus on what I need to focus on, helps me stay in peace. And at the end of the day, your peace is your power to get wherever you want to be. Another P word that goes along that is pray. I stay prayed up. The enemy, attacks me all the time. There's certain things that happen on a daily basis that I'm like, why? Just common sense type stuff that people do, and you're like, but at the end of the day, that's a them thing. So I've got to stay and do everything that I can on my end to keep that faith, to keep that, eye looking up, eye in the sky thing, to really not get put on the wrong path. So the next generation, if I had to leave something for anybody, I would tell them all, man, learn patience, find your peace so you can find your power, stay prayed up, and that will lead, find your passion, because that'll help you lead your profits, and it's passion over profits. But at the same time, when you put love and respect and time and consistency and discipline into something, the goal is to help other people. That will eventually lead to your profits and lead to the vacations and this and that, or whatever else is you dream to achieve. I've had people come to me about, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be a millionaire. Cool. Why? Well, I just want to make a bunch of money. Why do you want to make a bunch of money? So I can buy whatever I want. Well, you can buy whatever you want now. You can put it on credit. So, okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, when you go in to a situation and you're wanting to put the cart before the horse, that cart's you're gonna miss something along the way. But when you build that cart with time and patience and sweat and blood and tears, and it rolls on down the road and it produces you profit because you were patient all the way through the process, it's way more gratifying. A lot of people don't ever go back to think on, excuse me, what they've put in work on their, or what they put in work into um, over time. A lot of us have been working on things for years. Like I said, I brought up Connect Syntax. Man, that was back in like 2010 or so. And here it is, 2025. And I went and renewed everything for it, brought it back up. I'm using modern technology, AI. I'm using uh, some algorithms, and I'm educating myself on how all this works. Because at the end of the day, for me, I want to be able to help other people as well as myself, not just, oh, it's all on my pocket. No, if I can help, my neighbor, if I can help my friend that needs a job, if I can help, anybody else besides myself, that's exponentially growing for me and helping me feel better and really understand that I put in that to be able to get out something for somebody else. A couple of friends of mine, they got their own businesses now. They're doing very good. They're needing some help with marketing. Cool. That's something that I know. And since I've got Connect Syntax rolling, I can make them videos. I can make them commercials. I can make them posts and everything. And I'm able to help people get business, improve on their business, help them with their business apps and how to take care of their taxes, how to take care of their customers, how to collect leads, how to talk to customers, how to sell to customers. And ultimately, they're able to exponentially take care of other people along the way because I've stepped in to help them get a foundation that's solid and something that they grow up with. You know, um, like I said before, success is built over time, not built overnight for sure. I mean, Rome was not built in a day. We all know that the pyramids were not built in a day. They could have been built by aliens, who knows? But at the end of the day, fast money don't last money. Do me a favor this next week. Y'all tag somebody, reach out to them, somebody that inspires you in your journey. Reach out to them and just say, hey, you want to catch up for lunch? You want to, see what's up? Just shoot that random person a text and let them know you appreciate them. I've had people reach out to me on several occasions, let me know they appreciate what I'm bringing to the table, what I'm putting out there. You know, oh, and I'm not married, by the way. It's a fidget ring. It's on the right hand. But I'd spin it all the time. But no, just a lot of people go in and they see the outside of things and they don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. They don't understand the struggle people are going through. They don't understand that letter that they got to figure out, that email that they got to figure out. They don't understand the struggles of the day to day like grind that these people are going through. And so a lot of times when you just take a second or two to slow down what you got going on in your life, reach out to somebody and say, hey man, I noticed you've been doing this and that on Facebook. Or I know you've been posting more positive stuff. I know you've been, working out more, man. That's what's up. That little piece of encouragement goes a long way with people. That little piece of appreciation goes a long way with people. And those small wins that they get from, hearing you speak something positive over their life could change their lives tremendously. You have no idea. But when you put that positive out there, that positive comes back. When you put out the negative Nancy crap, it's full of birds. It's not productive. It's not healthy. It's not a good environment. It's not something that people want to be around. And if they do, by all means, y'all have fun with that. Stay over there with that. Don't bring that to me. I'm not in on it. But do yourself a favor, reach out and just, spit some game to somebody and let them know, you appreciate what they've got going on. Could have posted a picture of their kid playing baseball. Hey man, that's great. Kids playing baseball. It's football season, right? Kids playing football. Go to one of the kids' games. Go to let that kid know, hey, dude, that was a great tackle. That was a great block. That was a great pass. That was a great run. That was great. Because that small thing for them means a lot. You know, just that small amount of appreciation adds up. it doesn't have to say you got to go in and like shower somebody with everything because, you know, it might seem fake to them. They might not understand. But just that small, hey, bro, I saw you the other day. You looking good, man. You working out. Or, hey, girl, I saw you, got your hair done. That's what's up. Looks good on you. Or, man, I saw you cook that brisket or the ribs, man. They look real good. Just that small piece of gratification, appreciation, whatever, goes a long way with people, especially me. I love it. Oh man, hey, Hunt, I see you. You lost 80 pounds. You looking good, bro. Cool, man. Thank you so much, dog. I was 365 at one point. I'm like 280 something now, and I want to get back down to about 230 because for me, it's not about getting back to a certain number or anything like that. It's where I remember that I felt great. Like I run through a brick wall. I remember back in high school weighing about 225, 230, powerlifting, bench press 550, I'd squat, 800 pounds when I was in college, uh, bench like 400 and something when I was in high school and, you know, squat about 700, had the state records and all that stuff. It was great. But I could do anything I wanted to. I could run and do backflips. I could do, handspring, cartwheels, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, man, I was just having fun in life. And at this point, I'm still having fun in life because I'm doing whatever I want to every day. And I've been led to do this and it's been fun for me. Um, it's led to some awesome opportunities, like I said last week. And the goal is to continue to get these awesome opportunities and these blessings and to be able to spread that to other people. Membership wise, I'd love to have a full fledged, big badass pumping gym that's got, everybody in it. But at this point, I have to appreciate what I have because if I was like, man, I don't have enough to, and the negativity crept in, nobody's gonna want to come out here and work out when this dude's over here just bumming around all day long. But I'm in here cheesing and smiling and what's up, man? Let's take some selfies. Let's do this. Let's go. The energy that I'm bringing is positive and people resonate with that. Uh, a lot of times people don't understand how long it takes for success. And even I saw a deal the other day said overnight success usually takes about 10 years. Stay the course because your time is coming. Your time that you put in now is going to help you out in the long run, especially if you've got a goal and a mindset that you want to reach and somewhere that you want to be. That work that you're putting in now will help you out for the future as long as you're understand and appreciate where you come from and you're not, well, woe is me where you are now. Take some time, think about that. I reached my time about 30 minutes, like I try to keep it around that. And I'm gonna launch this thing for y'all here in a few minutes. Let y'all check it out. Yeah, I'm still contracting. You see the shirt, phone number on there, hollywoodcc.com, amprayin.com, huntforltexas.com, subcodesclothing.com. Those are my babies. I'm proud of all of these. My baby's doing really well. She's online schooling. We talking every day, trying to get her to understand that right now is her time to be a kid. So I'm trying to get, her out of the house, get her to do more things and really understand what life's about. And the fact that she's got to find out for herself what she wants out of life and what she is going to do throughout her life to put her where she wants to be. And at the end of the day, she can do anything that she puts her mind to. So, staying positive all the time as best I can. And, excuse me, staying prayed up, staying, peaceful. I try my best to spread this positivity and reach out to other people and help them understand that just because it's right here, right now in your face, doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. Like I said, old school Bible thing. Trouble don't last always. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I learned that one as a kid, and that's been with me forever. Find your perfect, scripture read the Bible, if that's what you believe in, read the Quran, read the Torah, whatever it is you believe in, put faith in it and really study it and understand that at the end of the day, you're not just here for yourself. You're here to impact those around you in a positive way so that they can go forward and do the same to other people. All right. Stay fresh and blessed. Peace out. Call me if you need anything. I got you.